Insights, and Inspirations from Marco Island. March 24, 2017. By Lisa Gawlas. Webpage, www.mysoulcenter.com. The very first day we arrived in Marco Island, our host, Julie, had a fantastic idea: let's go to a park. It was a park at the water's edge where people fished. Open grass and large trees created an inviting walk to the water. We had no plan, no real agenda, she was just feeling inspired. The five of us, standing on the walkway that was built on the water's edge, enjoyed getting to know each other. Then someone, I cannot even remember who, said let's do some energy stuff. Another person found this huge tree to be our center point. I so wish I would have taken a photo of this tree. Sadly, no one did. It had so many small separate trunks, not much larger than several inches in diameter each, all growing into each other to create this easy 6-7 foot in diameter tree trunk. Someone put crystals at the root line of the tree trunk. Another person suggested we form a circle around the tree, another thought, let's hold hands to keep our energy flowing. Through it all, not a single agenda. No pre-structure, no preconceived idea of what we are doing or why. I was pretty much just a participating observer, enjoying what was forming. Julie, our host, said she started to see this diamond form around the tree. Instantly my vision snapped online, and yes, I could see it too. And it became larger, fuller. We held hands and sent energy around the tree. My focus was now on this diamond-looking field of light growing wider, higher and lower. It started out with just two sides that connected at the top point, then four, very pyramidal in shape. A precious soul sang into the tree, her voice amazing. I switched my view from what was forming around the tree to see what her voice was doing. To my initial surprise, I see nothing. But it was later that I realized, thanks to the insight of Julie, that nothing was something incredible. Her tones and melody washed away the past, all thoughts and concepts to create the void. The emptiness in which the new could form. We resumed our energy field. I became very aware of 5 mini ships positioned directly above each one of us, and a central mother ship much higher in the sky but in the center above the tree. That diamond suddenly starting to spin clockwise, and eventually formed 12 sections held together by an east to west line and a north to south line. 3 sections between each line. The 12 tribes held in power within the 4 directions on Earth. As this diamond spun faster and faster, suddenly these balls appeared about 2 to 3 inches out from each section. The balls were about the size of a softball each, filled with this white/yellow/honey gold illumination of light and energy. They appeared to be still as the diamond was becoming a blur in its spin. We started to try to understand what this was. Someone said a Merkaba, or light body. I heard distinctly, no. The moment we stopped trying to name it, I heard clearly what this represented, what this is, the nation of light. The only thing I understood beyond that, in that incredible moment we formed together out of the formless, no agenda, no intention at all, was that each ball represented an anchor. There are 12 people scattered about this beautiful world that will anchor in this new way of life, light, love field. That ended that session. It was elating, exciting, something so brand new to explore and align with, personally, for myself, and whoever else wants to join in. When we got back to the condo, a conversation ensued. I wanted to understand some words my team, in the 17 years on this crazy ass path, never use, but I hear a lot of. The Merkaba. The only thing that resonated with me was, Mer, means light. Ka, means spirit. Ba, means body. Yes. We all have one, all living things have one. My computer has one. What did not resonate was the limitations of the images that were presented. I have been doing readings now since 2003, to include 7 years of hands-on massage readings, and I have seen a tremendous amount of light bodies, physical and energetic, injured and brilliant and everything in between. Not once, not ever did I see 2 triangles on anyone. But then again, Unless I am connected to an old energy mind, body, I do not see the chakra system as they once were either. Being in massage school and being forced to understand Eastern mythology and meridians, the bodies I have connected to, do not run like that energetically. That stuff was formed 3,000 years ago, and was very valid on that body prototype. We are no longer that disjointed in our energetic streams. This is what makes up mass consciousness. We see what we are programmed to see. It is as heavily an illusion in the light worker's realm, as it is in the mundane physical realm. If, inside your heart of hearts, what you desire is to truly live Shambhala, the kingdom of God on earth, be the Emerald City, you must lay down every resonant pattern you know of. Strip down, know nothing and open your eye to the inconceivable. And more than anything, know thyself. Another one of those pretty sayings that I feel, gets lost in fully understanding its value and need. In the evening after the Tree of Life event, Smile, we started to ask what each person brings to the party. What are your skills, spiritually speaking, what do you do with them? This innocent conversation revealed so much to me, most especially this morning. I take some time to process and understand it all. Please do not ever fool yourself by saying I don't need to know. Of course you do. It's imperative that you are so intimately familiar with yourself that no one can ever pull you out of your place of power, of knowing thyself. And God knows, many will try. But if you have no real handle on who you are and what you are capable of doing within yourself, you allow yourself to bend to others' perceptions, and become lost in someone else's idea of what is best for you and how you should work according to their beliefs and concepts. We can call this state of non-being, being under the spell of subliminal hypnosis, my team's term there. I had to look it up for full definition. Of course I found a great website and here is 2 great paragraphs of understanding. This type of hypnosis is different because you don't even know that you are being hypnotized. While you may understand that you are receiving hypnotic suggestions and commands, you are not sitting down in a hypnotic session where a person is trying to put you in a trance. You can basically function like a regular person while receiving commands. At a certain point, your brain starts to forget about the fact that you are receiving these commands and suggestions, resulting in the unconscious mind to start accepting them. You will never be able to fully own your power for as long as you are owning someone else's idea of it. Equally, if you are doing any sort of energy work but you do not know what effect you are creating, well, you at least are at half power. That's something. So let's put all that on pause. Smile. The morning of the equinox, oh my good God, what a powerful, enriching morning I had at the ocean's edge. I arrived about 5 a.m. and was the only person there. Heaven. I laid my beach towel as close to the water as I could without the waves overtaking my spot. Well, little did I realize it was high tide, the water was creeping up and I had to move 3 times. But even that felt so incredible, so purposeful. The first thing I did was sit, light a smoke, and ask for guidance. I know I am changing, my life has been in a state of change since July last year, but what's next? I don't know. Suddenly, about 10 feet into the ocean and about 5 feet above it, I could see a doorway and myself standing in front of it. There was no door on this doorway, instead it was framed with interconnected gold lights. Okay, now what? What's through it? It looked exactly the same through it as it did in front of it, just black, like the pre-dawn sky I was communing with. This visual lasted an easy 10 minutes with no movement, no greater understanding, just potential. Damn it. I got up and walked into the water. Suddenly the entire ocean was radiating with John the Baptist energy. Weird. I have had no connection to that dude in my entire life, and yet, there was not a molecule of water that was now singing praises of John the Baptist. Okay, baptize me, I am ready, I think, lol. The exchange was amazing really. Like an old power source released from my whole body going back into the ocean of life, and over the course of 3 days, a surge of new energy, new direction unfolded, bit by bit. I spent a lot of time bouncing things off Julie and even her husband and vice versa. On day 1, with the other 3 amazing souls, conversations that could have gone further were shut down by annoyed anger. I do not embark on this weekend to deal with others' issues. I really wanted to understand me and where I was going, in relationship to others and what I have already done over the last 17 years. And most especially, how to bring the Emerald City to the physical plane of Earth as a living breathing energy system. It became crystal clear really our group was so perfect in the revelations. I did a quick massage on Julie's back on the 2nd or 3rd day and I about shit when I eventually understood that the ball of white/yellow/honey gold light I seen in her solar plexus was one of the balls from the Nation of Light energy system. It was slowly releasing itself up and down her spine, and what her team said it will continue through the rest of this month. Through her downloads and spirit team in mine, we were bouncing in understandings with emerging direction, all in relationship to the Nation of Light. What can and must be done and what cannot be held in this field. Hence yesterday's sharing.